Ty Henny.
What's going on, man?
Good to meet you, man.
Well, thanks, man.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
You've been grinding really hard.
Yeah.
One thing I wanna do in this interview is I basically as soon as I got your information the past couple of days, I've been reading. I listened to your album 4 times. You feel me? So in that short span of time, it felt like I was digging into your life and really getting to know you. So in this interview, I want the audience and people to really know who Ty Henny is, away from the microphone as well as in front of the microphone. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
I want to start right into the name, because I know that the name has some meaning to it. You feel me? A lot of people might just hear Ty Henny and just think, oh, he just, Henny.
Yeah.
You know, just listen to your music. I know it has some meaning to you. Explain a little bit of that about the name.
My name really came from one of my older dudes in my project named in Live. Like my father's name used to be Kurt Henny when he was younger. So when I started running around and being in the projects and doing what I was doing, the older dudes just kept calling me Ty Henny. And at first I ain't like it, because when I was young, we used to be going to the after hours, sneaking at the after hour buying Tanqueray. So I'm like, why y'all calling me Henny? I don't even drink Henny, you feel me? They was like, nah, that's your father's name. So I was like, man, I don't like it. But they never stopped calling me it, so I just had to run with it. And then next thing I know, everybody started calling me Henny. So you feel me? That's how I really got the name. So I just took it, from my dad.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And the new project that you got out right now, what's the title?
Truprint.
Truprint. You put your little man in front of that cover. Yeah. Has a lot of meaning in it. I know he's very, very special to you, right?
Yeah, that's a fact.
What was the whole concept of just showing, your son in that picture?
Yeah. The crazy thing is, right before I went to jail, I had a cameraman following me around, and he just was taking pictures of me and my son, just me by myself or whatever, my regular lifestyle. Yeah. And I had my son with me, and he just was playing around with his camera. My boy Zungo, feel me? He was just playing around with his camera. And he got a picture. He was like, yo, it look good. Let's do the same flick one more time. Feel me? So we did it. And my son had a cut on his face. My son's a little pretty boy, but he had a cut on his face. And I'm like, it looked like it's pain in the picture, you know what I'm saying? And it just reminded me of me being a young little kid running around the projects, getting into a lot of stuff and being bad, you feel me? But also got that baby innocent face, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I wanted to use that as a kind of a like something to symbolize me as a kid growing up through pain, you feel me? So that's how I took it and ran with it like that, you know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's up. It was a very professional, deep picture. Yeah. It kind of almost allows you to dive into the album before you dive into the album. Feel me?
Give you a story, looking at it. You know what I'm saying?
What's this about?
I like that. I like that about it.
Nah, that was smart. One thing I want to talk about is we know you from New Haven, Connecticut. Let's talk a little bit about when you started feeling that music was your calling growing up, and how was your surroundings growing up, balancing music and life at a young age?
Oh, I'm from West Hills. So when we started making music, we was playing around. It was an era in New Haven when I was about like 14, where it was people from the other side of town just making like diss songs, like songs about other people. And that's where I really actually started doing rap, but then like my dad died, you know what I'm saying, like around that same time. And I was like, I ain't really doing this music thing no more, you feel me? Like it ain't for me, because my dad do music, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So he did do music, so I was like, once he died, I was like, oh, I ain't doing no more music. So one day, I'm just in the projects, me and a few of us, the youngins, and we just, we drinking, we smoking, we rapping, you feel me? Had a little cypher going on, and one of my OGs walked by, and he was like, yo, I ain't know you rap. Like, yeah, I know I rap. He's like, nah, you really can rap.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, a little bit. And so he's like, nah, let's go to the studio. I'm like, man, I ain't going to no studio. Like, I pay for it. I just want you to rap and just do it for me. Like, just make a song for me, and then I'm just gonna listen to it. So I did that. The song came out hot. He started playing it for a lot of people. Everybody like, yo, this song hot. I mean, at the time I'm like 15, 16. Yeah. No older than 16. So at the time, he just like, yo, do another song. And I only did it for him. Next thing I know, it's people from the other side of town listening to my music and getting into it. So they had it was this bar called Sokol. It was more like a club, but it was a bar. It only hold probably 300-400 people, but it was like lit at the time. So they had did me like a CD mix release, and the whole city came out, and then people couldn't even get in. It was so packed. So I'm like, I didn't even know I had a wave like that, because I never left the projects. And then from there, but the people who was at the studio who recorded my music, they gave me about 100 CDs. I could say, like, I think 200 CDs, if I'm not wrong. And I sold all the CDs the same night. So I'm like, I just made some money off music. I feel like I'm trapping. And then I was like, after that, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this music thing. From then, it just was always popping.
Always popping. And you, so you built that whole stretch. So at the time, I want to touch now from you doing music at that time, right? And you decided, like, all right, I'm gonna take this serious. Then you got caught up in some, you know, situation and got pinched. When you went in, right? What was the feeling that you experienced, knowing that you had things going for yourself, and then it stopped?
I could say, when I really felt the like jail really hit me. No lie, some people it take months, days, years. I felt jail the first 2 hours I was in jail. Because as soon as I went to Bridgeport County. It's not even in my county, you feel me? I went to Bridgeport County because I caught a case in another city. The guy who's taking my mugshots, taking the pictures of my tattoo, knew who I was. He like, yo, you Ty Henny. I'm like, yeah. He like, yo, what the hell you doing in jail? I was just listening to your songs. I'm like, man, I just got caught up in some bullshit. And the dude looked aside, like, he didn't even want to do my paperwork, like, you know what I mean? He was like, yo, man, you wasting yourself in here. Like, you feel me? You got way too much going on to be in here. So, I mean, I ain't letting them see my emotions and all that. As soon as he's done, I go back to my little waiting spot they had for everybody to get situated to go to their, you know, bunks or whatever. I was just sitting back just thinking, like, damn, I'm really wasting my life in here. Like, feel me? I ain't even been in here an hour, 2 hours, you feel me? Somebody already calling me out, telling me I'm wasting my life, you feel me? And it's somebody who work here, you feel me? Somebody with authority in this motherfucker. So I was like, you know what? I just sat back and just started writing plans down for when I got out. Like the first day I got there, I got a pen from somebody and wrote on the back of a request. Feel me? And made a request, and I just started writing stuff I gotta do. Like, man, I ain't never coming back. This is what I gotta do. This is what I gotta do. You feel me? And that's like really when it like really sat down. Like,
and this
sat
is
in my
your
head.
first time you ever been pinched, or was it?
This is my second time. The first time I got pinched, I didn't really feel it because I was still halfway into the streets, like so much, where I was like, man, I'm just a real one. So this was gonna come with it regardless. But by the time I went to jail the second time, I was already situated in this music stuff. Like, you feel me? I know a lot of people, got a lot of connections, and people was waiting for me to to really get it together. Like, you know what I mean? So when I caught my case, they was like, yo, what is you doing? Like, you feel me? Like why is you doing that? Like, why is you even around stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? So
that's what's up.
It was more or less like a letdown to other people that really hit me. You know what I'm saying?
And besides listening to the CO when he told you that, because like you said, a lot of times it takes people a long time to catch back up. Me speaking through experience, the first time I got incarcerated, I was 11 years old, Hartford detention. The last time I was 22. You know, I'm 30 right now. So what you're saying is 100% true. When you was in there, other than the CO telling you that, was there anyone out there that you felt that you really let down, or you had to be there for?
That's a fact. My kids,
definitely.
I got 2 sons, and my youngest son, like, I spend the most time with him. You feel me? So I had called his mom probably that same night, matter of fact. And I'm talking to him and all that. I'm like, yeah. He like, Daddy, where you at? I'm like, I'm at school. You feel me? So he like, so you not coming to get me? I'm like, nah, it's gonna be a little minute. I gotta finish school, you know what I'm saying? And then right then, that's when like I got emotional, you feel me? That's when it really hit me like, man, you really slipping. Like, you really got this little dude out there waiting for you to come home, and you just got in jail. You know what I'm saying? So that right there like really just feel like I was letting them down too much, you know what I'm saying? Definitely.
No, that's real deep. I wanna talk about some of your music. Like I said, like I just listened to your album probably about 4 times. But one thing that I did get from the whole project is I got a lot of passion. You know, I felt a lot of passion, a lot of pain. You know, you talked a lot about loyalty and a lot about, you know, your peoples that you just want to like save. What is the most thing that you want to be remembered as when it comes to your whole body of music and you as a person?
As far as my music, I just want my music to be something people can relate to, like not all the flashy stuff. You feel me? I just want real life situations, because those type of songs are timeless. You feel me? Those are stuff that people gonna play 10 years from now. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? God forbid. But if I was to die tomorrow, that whole album, people gonna be playing it for a long time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's certain music. It's certain music, like, you know, Biggie, Pac, whoever, you Nas. You feel me? Like, it ain't the words they saying, you feel me? It's the way the words make you feel. You feel me? It ain't the lyrics, like really, like it ain't too much metaphors and all that make you throw a song back 5 years from now.
Definitely.
You feel me? It's the way the song made you feel. It's the connection to the song. Like, you know what I mean? The real life situation that's always gonna happen. Because people gonna be going through your situation years to come. You know what I'm saying? These trends and all that, it's gonna be over. It's gonna be a new trend 5, 10 years from now. But the situation you're going through is always gonna be around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's deep. That's deep. And I see the importance of your message. A lot of people see it, a lot of people don't. How important is it to you to make sure that your message as a stand-up guy, I would say, is put into your music as opposed to riding a trend just for the fame or just for the money?
How important it is to me? It's pretty important. It's very important, because I got sons. You feel me? So it's a legacy of something that's going to live for a long time, you know what I mean? And I want people to love my kids through my music, you feel me? Like, just like, you know what I mean? It's some people who going to relate to you and love you because, like, you made their day, or you made them feel some type of way through your music. And it's going, all that energy is going to just trickle down to my next generation of kids, like, you know what I mean? You never know who you going to inspire. You feel me? You might inspire somebody to be like, and I might not be here to see the person, you know, get a success, but my kids might be here, and somebody might be like, yo, man, your pops, he motivated me to get through what I was going through, man. I just want to show you love, or I want to be here for you, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, that's what's up. There was a real important song throughout your album that I listened to a few extra times because I felt that it had a lot of meaning to it that you put into it. It's the last track, I think it's called The Letter. The Letter. The Letter, yeah. That one right there, that was written in when you was incarcerated or when you was home?
Nah, the whole tape was done before I went to jail.
Before you went to jail, all right.
It got released when I was in jail.
Yeah. You had your peoples on deck.
Yeah, they held me down.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's good. That's respect right there. That song, right? The hook to me has its whole meaning. It has its own meaning. And then when you started going into the verses about your pops, and then the second verse about your friend,
my cousin,
your cousin, right? What was the emotion when because I know even though your pops was gone and then he passed away, rest in peace, like in 2005, right? What was the emotion right in that verse, and what was the most important message that you wanted to get out, knowing that your pops is not here to see you now?
The message really was just to, you know, explaining to people my relationship with my pops and letting them know, like, he wasn't perfect, you feel me? Like, he went to jail, you know what I'm saying? But he always made sure he showed me that he loved me. And it was to show the resemblance between me and him, like some of the bad traits that he had that I got now, and to just, you know, to express, you know, the love for my mom and my brother, because I don't really show him as much love because I'm not emotional, like just like my dad, like, you know what I'm saying? It's more or less, he showed his emotions through other things than actually showing emotion, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to make the connection so people who might got dads like mine, who still have them, you know what I mean, appreciate them a little more, you know what I'm saying?
I felt that.
That's really it.
I definitely felt that in that verse, and the verse about your cousin. I seen that brother connection that you were talking about. Do you how close was he to you, and how did you feel when that separation happened?
My cousin was more like my brother, because we was 9 days apart. So he actually, we lived in the same apartment. My mom lived with his mom. My mom had me when she was 14. Feel me? So she lived with my aunt. My cousin, actually my second cousin, he my father's first cousin, but he's my age. You know what I'm saying? And my mom was living with my aunt at the time, which is his mom.
Gotcha.
So when they was pregnant at the same time, so I was born on January 20th, 91. He was born January 29th. So when we actually came home from the hospital to the same house. So I knew him actually longer than my real brother.
Wow.
You feel me? So he was more in the connection with me than my real brother. So it's like, long as I remember, he was in my life. So we grew up together, always close. We close in age, same grade, same everything together, you feel me? So when he died, it was like a shock to my life, like, cause I'm like, yo, when we was younger, we used to talk about how much stuff we gonna do when we get older. And when I got into the streets, he wasn't in the streets. He was going to college, you know what I'm saying? I just always have him around. He used to be doing street shit with me, you know what I'm saying? Like running around doing a little dirty work with me. And like, cause we were just so close, it didn't, like, our bond never broke up. And then once we got it, it was like right before he died, he got into something that I wasn't really into. And it like, not drifted us apart, but it just gave us space from each other where we wasn't on the same time no more, you feel me? And when he died, like, I was in like a shock, like I was in a shock, like I couldn't really grasp it like too heavy because he'd been in my life as long as I can remember, like, and it was more or less like going through that same phase, like when my dad died, like I'm like, dang, like, you feel me? This is somebody I thought we was gonna live together forever, you feel me? And like it really tore my heart apart, like, you feel me? It really gave me a sense of keeping people I love close and people that I don't love away from me. You know what I'm saying?
And also, you think it also gave you another sense of motivation to make it happen?
No doubt, it definitely gave me that because like my cousin, he rapped too, but he didn't take it serious. But he always be like, yo, when you pop, put me on. When you pop, put me on. So, you feel me? When I think about him and the music thing, I always think about what he said, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't the only person. Rest in peace, my dude Bino. Bino died when we was about 18. And, Bino used to always be like, yo, I know you're gonna make it. I know you're gonna make it. I just want to be around. I want to be on tours, doing all this to the girls and all this other stuff. He's like, I know you're gonna make it. And it's like, I didn't make it in time, like, you feel me? I feel like me being in the streets is the reason why I didn't make it in my earlier years. And I could have saved a lot of lives making it back then, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to take it real serious right now, to save more lives, you feel me?
I feel you. And right now, you know, going into, you know, this industry, you know, from Connecticut, you know, I'm gonna stick around Connecticut because, you know, we don't have that industry, you know, glow to us right now, but we're on the rise, you know. From your point of view, coming from the grounds of Connecticut, what do you think the future holds for us in the next couple years as far as a hip hop culture?
I'm saying, I can't say, you know what I'm saying? All I know is what I know, you feel me? And what I do know is that my situation is gonna be good, and when I get where I'm going to go, I'm going to make sure other people come, you know what I'm saying? But I can't say where the direction coming because you got so many different types of artists in Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? You don't got the same, like, you got people like Snoper, you know what Snoper is? You got Snoper, you got people like Annoyed. It's two different sounds, it's two different vibes. It's showing you two different sides of Connecticut. And then you got me, I'm the dirty one. I'm the back block boy, you feel me? People don't even know it's projects in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? So when people hear Connecticut, they think about big houses and mansions and Jerry Springer, you know what I mean?
Politics.
You know, Greenwich, you know what I'm saying? So when I say I'm from the projects and I had a gun on me, they like, in Connecticut? You know what I'm saying? So that's, you know, you don't know which side of Connecticut is going to push through first, but you know once one go, it's going to give a whole different, you know, diversity to the industry because it's a new site. It's something new to learn about. So you know what I mean? It's just like that. Like just like when Chief Keef popped with Chicago, you feel me? Once Chief Keef popped, then this one you hear the little Dirk saying the little Herbs and all that because now people is interested into the Chicago life. You're right. You feel me? And you know that's what happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up. And with your work and your grind that you've been putting on, like what is some of the advice you would give to anybody when it just comes to grinding if you're going to take this serious period in this culture right here of hip hop? Because you working. Yeah,
it's basically like anything else you're doing. Like any grind you got. I don't care if it's a hustle, a 9 to 5. The more work you put in, the more you're gonna get out of it. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit at home all day long and expect success. You feel me? It don't happen like that unless you just lucky on them lotto tickets. You know what I mean? You got to put that work in. You got to keep grinding. You can't stop grinding. Even when you good, you got to keep grinding. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And going into our I wanted to talk a little bit about the two songs you got because those are big songs. Those are big features you got on your album. You know, what was the relationship like making those tracks and deciding to get those what was G Herb and Lil Baby?
Yeah, Herbo and Baby. Yeah. Lil Baby. I actually, right before I went to jail, I just got put on to him. I'm on my mixtapes or whatever, and he was just at the top of my mixtape box, and I'm like, who is this dude coming out of nowhere with a DJ drama mixtape? You know what I'm saying? And I got a cousin that live in Atlanta. He's like, yo, that's a little baby. You know what I'm saying? Little 4 pockets full, dude. He be running around town. I'm like, word? So I ain't even paid no mind. I ain't even click it yet. And I'm on Instagram. I see Meek Mills throw it up. Like, this hard. I'm like, Meek? Well, he just told me he was a regular person in Atlanta. Now Meek Mills throwing him up. I'm like, let me just go tap in. So I just, I wanted to go play it. I was actually on a road. I was coming from Waterbury going to New Haven, and I was like, let me just play it, because I'm always playing mine. So let me just tap in some new music real quick, whatever. And I played it, and he had a song called My Dogs. I'm like, man, this song is hard. I threw it back like 3 times. I'm like, yeah, this song hard. So I started grasping his sound, because it was different at the time. So once I started really like connecting with it, I'm like, yeah, this is hard. So, this is the time where I know I'm about to go to jail. You feel me? So I'm like, whatever. I'm just into it, whatever. So when I got locked up, my cousins was telling me like, yo, Henny, little baby going crazy out here now. I'm like, word? He like, yeah, I'm telling you, I think you should get him right now for your tape. Why it's low? Why it's for the low? I'm telling you, he about to blow. He about to blow. He was telling me about Baby and Gunna, but at the time I didn't know who Gunna was. But he's like, yo, Henny, Baby and Gunna, I'm telling you, you need to put them on the Truprint. So I'm like, man, I don't know what this Gunna do, whatever, but man, I like Little Baby sound. So I'm like, I'm gonna say, all right, find somewhere to fit him in. You feel me? So 3 weeks go by, and my cousins and I called him all the time. So I called, he trying to tell me without trying to tell me, like trying to make it a surprise for me or whatever. So I got on the phone, I'm like, yo, what's good, cuz, what you doing? He like, babysitting. So I'm like, what you mean, babysitting? Nobody got no kids, you feel me? Who you babysitting? So my uncle tapped in, he was like, hey, yo, we got the little baby feature? He's like, yo, I wasn't even about to tell him. So I'm like, oh, word, y'all got it? He's like, yeah. So I'm like, let me hear it. So he let me hear it. I'm like, a lot of features be doing anything, get on your song, start saying anything. So I'm like, all right, I like it. I kind of like it. You feel me? It's hard, whatever. So that was that. And then, G Herbo always been my boy since, for a long time. So when he was Little Herb, you feel me? He used to come to my house and be in the projects with me and whatever. So, when he came to town, every time he come to Connecticut, he hit my Instagram, and my family was, running my Instagram. So when they seen he was in town, like right before he came in town, they seen he was about to come, and he hit the DM. He was like, yeah, I'm about to be out there. But they was like, yo, we trying to throw you on Henny tape. So he's like, all right, say no more. You feel me? As soon as I get there, I'm gonna hit y'all. So that's what basically happened. That's what's up. I got to talk to him. I told him like, listen, man, shout me out, go crazy on my song. Like, feel me? Don't just do anything. So whatever. And
they went in.
Yeah, and it worked for me. You feel me? Because you know what I mean? When I dropped the Baby single, I was in jail, mind you. So when we decided to drop it, this is right around the time Lil Baby got a song with Drake that just came out. So it's he got a song with Drake, and Henny got a song with him. So it was just pushing, like it was going crazy. I'm in jail. Everybody from my town and from other towns was coming up to me in the childhood like, yo, everybody out there talking about you got a song with Lil Baby. They saying it's hard. I'm like, yo, I heard it through the phone. I know it's kind of hard. Feel me? So it just was like, it brought a spark to my rap while I was gone. Like when everybody thought it was over for me, it just like kept me pushing right at the end too, right? Like 2-3 months before I came home. So it was like a push, a spark like that I needed, you feel me? And that was lit. And then nobody even knew about the Herbo song until we put out the tape and they see the track list. You feel me? And then it was like, oh, he got Herbo too. So it's like, it was just crazy. Was a rap. And now both of them is busy right now. They both on tour doing a lot of stuff. So it's like you know what I mean? It just keep it in rotation. You feel me?
That's what's up, man. I definitely, I could say, man to man, I respect your grind. You feel me? Basically what you're doing. Like there's a lot of people out here that's trying to do, great things, but a lot of people just don't execute, and really stay true to the game. You feel me? So I definitely respect you. It was definitely an honor sitting down with you. I wanted to talk just a little bit about balancing the career of music with financial. A lot of people, when it comes to investing in yourself, you have to think, a lot of people got to think twice, like, damn, do I got enough for the studio time, or can I pay for a beat? Can I pay? When it comes to your career, is it a team of people around you that's helping you do this, or do you invest in yourself 100%? Dolo.
Now, as of right now, 2018, I got a team.
Definitely.
I never had that before, and that's why I'm so focused on what I got to do, because it is kind of hard when you got to put your own money for your personal life into your career, knowing that your career might not make the bread back right now. It's like, you know what I mean? So it is a struggle like that for me, but I always did it. You feel me? Like, if people believe in you, nobody's not going to give, even the labels, nobody's not going to give you no money that you won't put into yourself. You feel me? Nobody's going to get on board. If you're scared to put money behind you, it's not somebody else with money is going to come and put money behind you, because they're like, why you ain't doing it? You know what I'm saying? And this is you. You feel me? So it's all about how much you believe in yourself, and the balance of it is just how bad you want it. You know what I mean? It's like what you think is more important. Like, because 9 times out of 10, we living in America now, where the average person is about to get fly. So if you're going to get fly and you can't pay for your career, you don't need to be doing whatever you're doing. You feel me? This is not your career for you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always stuff you're going to need with music, especially, like, not even just music. You have a regular anything, like, say, maintenance for anything or everything. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, promo for any and everything. You know what I mean? Everything costs bread. You know what I mean? So you just got to weigh out your options at all times, at all costs. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I wanna talk a little bit about us as role models, you know, entertainers, musicians, myself, yourself, and being that you have kids, I have kids, and there's a lot of other youth out there that look up to us, right? What would you say as men, you know, that we have a responsibility, we know that, but what would you say that we need to do more of? He's 6 years old, your son and his friends have a path to follow that's different than the path that we had to follow.
Only thing I could say is, like, you can't change the mindset of people without being successful yourself. You feel me? Because people are not going to follow what you say. You can't tell somebody to go to school if you don't got a college degree. You can't say do something, because I'm from a project where when I was growing up, everybody sold drugs but told me not to sell drugs. But I seen they had money, cars, clothes, jewelry. Like, they had the lifestyle I wanted. So what you think I did? You know what I'm saying? Even though they told me a million times, get off the block or don't do this. You know what I'm saying? So I think the only way to really show people and set up for the next generation where they can follow your footsteps, because they only going to follow you if they love your lifestyle or love what you do. You know what I'm saying? The only way to do that is just be successful in what you're doing. You got to lead by example. You can't say nothing. You don't talk. Because even kids, they don't listen to what you say. They just watch what you do. You feel me? So the only thing you could do as a role model is keep working. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk. The moment you talk, you're giving them a reason to not follow what you say, because you're going to be mad if you tell a kid don't touch this water and they're going to touch it anyway. They want to know why you said don't touch it. You know what I'm saying? If you would have never mentioned don't touch this water, they probably never would have touched it. You feel me?
Definitely.
It's like that. You know what I'm saying?
Lead by example.
Lead by example at all times.
That's what's up. What does the future hold for you? You know, where we heading? Where we going? Where Ty Henny going?
Man, listen, I got a nice little situation going on for myself. I'm just trying to situate this. I got a couple single deals I'm about to situate, and then, you know, probably, you know, sign a couple album deals, and then after that I go for distribution, and then after that I probably won't even rap no more. I just want to set it up for the young ones coming after me, and then, you know, situate my life. You feel me? As soon as I can get a couple deals and probably get my hand about 5 to 7 M's, I'm just gonna get into other stuff and just get into singles. Like, you know what I mean? It's be strategic about music and actually living my whole life being an entertainer. You feel me? I don't want to. I want to be real with myself and my kids first. You feel me? I can't live my life the next 10 years going on the road, putting on shows, and watching my kids grow up while I'm on the road. You feel me? Because that make me feel like how I felt when I was in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to get this money, put in the good grind for the next 5 years, and just be a real at-home dad with mad business adventures, you know what I'm saying? And still be Ty Henny, though. When I still walk out in public, they like, yeah, that's Ty Henny. Yeah, he probably put out 1 or 2 songs a year because he want to, not because he need to do music, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I want to give it up, you feel me?
That's what's up, man. Definitely respect you, man. Appreciate you from driving down here, man, to come sit with your boy, man. Keep doing your thing, man. I respect everything you're doing, and you got my support 100%.
Definitely, man.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you.